Okay, so we are going to learn some Arduino with this kit right here. It's from elegoo. It's the Super Starter Kit. And this thing is really cool. It's pretty cheap too. It's only like $30. So you get a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, it is well worth the money. So you get all that stuff, and you probably can't see it, but we'll go over it further in detail. But I just want to show you the Arduino right now. So this is the Arduino. This right here. Can you see that? Oh, it's upside down. You see that? I know my lighting sucks. I need to get a light box, but for now, it'll be fine. So here's the USB port. This is where we'll be plugging it into the computer, and this will also provide power to the board, so we won't have to worry about the DC barrel jack here. We'll just use this USB port. And this is the actual chip right here, the ATmega 328P. And we have various pins, we have various power pins, and we have analog pins, we have digital pins. So, and trust me, I will go over this more, but for now, this is the Arduino. So let's get the Arduino IDE set up. So I will switch to the computer and we'll get that going. Alright. Okay, so now we're at my computer. And I will leave a link to this Arduino thing. It's on the software tab. And we come down here to the Arduino IDE 1.8.16 or whatever version it will be. And if you have Windows, of course, you will click on the Windows installer. And I already have this installed, so I'm not going to uninstall it just to install it here, but you can figure it out. Just, you know, if you want to contribute, you can contribute, but you don't really have to, so just download it, and then it will start downloading there, and go through and set it all up. Alright. Once you do that, it's going to cancel it. I'm going to open mine up. Man, it's taking forever. Okay. And it'll open, and here I have the dark theme, so don't worry if yours looks different. So we'll just go to new here, and I will explain the way this all works. So right here you have a setup, and this is where you set like your pins up, and this is your loop, and this is where you set your code up that will continuously run. So let's do something simple here, and I'm going to teach you good programming practices. So like setting up global variables instead of local variables. Sometimes local variables is alright, but you generally want to use global variables. Alright. So let's just say LED or okay, so how you have to start this. There are different variable types, but the most common one is just the integer. Oh, I'm not typing anymore. What happened? What's going on here? Okay, integer LED equal 4. And what that is, that's saying our integer, and we're naming it LED, and it's going to be at pin 4. We just have to put 4 there. So our setup, we will say pin mode. Oh yeah. And you don't forget, because I just messed this up here. When you most things, you go PIN and then you capitalize MODE. And you see how it highlighted that? So that's how you know it'll give you kind of a feedback if you're doing stuff right. So since we've made that variable, we don't have to put the pin number here. We can just go LED and it will know, and then we go comma, and then we hit output, and all of output is capitalized, bracket, and then semicolon. And notice each line will end with a semicolon, or pretty much everyone. Okay, so now down here in the loop, we're going to put our code, and we'll say, oh, it's been a while. Yes, okay, we'll use digital write. Okay, digital write LED, and we're going to make it high, pulling that pin up, and we will put a delay for 500 milliseconds, or half of a second, and then another digital and we will pull this back low, or off, and we will wait another half a second. So we're just jumping right into this thing. Okay, so now we can come up here, and there's of course different buttons, and this one will compile your code. It will check it for errors, and will make you save it. Just, you can name it anything. You see here we'll have a status bar. Sorry. Still compiling. Sometimes it takes a while, just depending. Okay, so there's no errors. This says it uses 1548 bytes, 0% of program storage space. Okay. Alright, and another thing, when you set this up first, what you'll have to do, you'll have to go over here to board, and yours starting off, it'll just have the AVR boards. It won't have the ESP32. But you'll come here to Uno, and then you'll select the port that it will be on. Because if you plug it in, let me actually plug it in for you guys. And if we come down here to port, well, let's click off and click back on. It should, yeah, show up as COM3, and it will say Arduino Uno there. That's the one we want. Now we're going to upload it. So now we're taking our code and we're putting it on to the microcontroller through the USB port. Alright, all done. Alright. Just want to add, whenever you upload, if you watch these LEDs right here, if it's working right, they're the RX and TX LEDs. See, they will flash, kind of giving you a visual feedback that it is receiving the code. Alright, back to the lesson. Alright, so let's talk about the breadboard. Okay, this is also included in the kit. And honestly, I recommend that you get one of these stands here. You can bolt the Arduino. That's the Arduino Mega, but you can bolt the Uno there too. And it holds the breadboard. But I will leave a link in the description for one of these because it's just a lot cleaner to have one of these. But for now, I will just use the table. So here's the breadboard. And if I can get it open. Like I said, this is in the kit too. And what this is, so this is a platform that we'll use to prototype circuits. So these lines right here, where it says positive, negative, this negative line is connected all the way down here, this way. So the continuity runs this way. And then the positive one, its continuity, same thing, it runs this way, but they don't cross each other. So that's where we can apply our power, and the same for down here. Okay. Now these inner ones, their continuity is opposite of these. So instead of running like this, they run up and down like this. And then there's a split here in the middle where we can put integrated circuits, or DIP 8 or 14 or however many. And its pitch is 2.54 standard breadboard. But okay, so there's the breadboard. And remember, these holes in the middle, its continuity runs this way, or its connection. So this square, this square, this square, this square, and this square, they are all connected to each other. But this square and this square is not. Okay. Okay, a little technical difficulties there, so let me show you how to hook this circuit up to the breadboard. Okay, so just so we don't mess anything up, let's unplug the Arduino and get our jumpers back. So yeah, okay, so the kit comes with jumpers. I'm not sure if I had mentioned that, but it also comes with LEDs. Because in our program, we are going to flash an LED. So it comes with a little bag of LEDs. Just a standard little LED right here. But, yeah, so show you how to hook these up. So one of the legs is going to be a little longer and a little shorter. And that's how you're going to tell which is positive and negative. But if I can kind of show you the innards of them, you see you see on the left side, this side right here, that's the positive. That's called the post. And then the other side, that's called the anvil. That is the negative side. So that is how you can tell the polarity of an LED. But the legs in these should be to where the longer leg is positive and the shorter leg is negative. But just in case, that's how you tell. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug this guy in like that, to where one of the legs is in one of the holes right there. Like I said, you see the, if I can focus, come on little guy, focus. Okay, so that's going to be the negative side, and the other one is going to be the positive. Alright, so you see we have our LED in these two holes right here. Remember, these aren't going to be connected, but these are. So what we can do, we're going to grab a resistor, and these resistors are also included in the pack. Because this is an LED, we need to limit the current, or we will burn up the LED. So you have some various value resistors in here, and the ones we're going to be looking for, let's see, I'd actually like to demonstrate something about resistors and LEDs, so we'll just grab the 2K. Actually, skip that. Grab out the 1K and then the 330 ohm resistors, and then put the rest of them back. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a 1K, just pop it off there like that, and we are going to kind of form the leads up like so, and we are going to run it on the negative side from there to there. Alright, kind of pop it. It's kind of hard to do this and show you guys. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. So that is running from that negative bar to the negative side of the LED. So what we need to do with the Arduino, we need to run a ground. So right there. From the ground to the ground side of this breadboard. And if you remember, in our program we said digital pin 4, which is over here on this side. And like I said, these are labeled. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go into 4. And that's going to be our positive side. So that's going to connect to the LED positive side. Alright, so now let's plug it in and see what happens. See, it is flashing on and off for half a second, just like our program said. Now let me demonstrate how we can adjust the brightness if we take that resistor out of there. And it is always a good idea to unplug the Arduino so you don't short nothing out. Pop a 330 ohm resistor off of here and plug that in, and that is going to be brighter because more current is going to flow because of Ohm's law. Alright, now let's plug that in. I don't know if you can really tell, but that is quite a bit brighter there. Okay, now with this LED blinking, so that is about all. Actually, let me show you how you can manipulate the time on this with the delay function. So back to the computer. Okay, so these delay functions right here, we can either make the LED blink faster or slower. So let's make it blink faster as soon as this goes away. Okay. So let's go twice as fast at 1/4 of a second, or 250 milliseconds. Okay, so remember we hit the upload button and make sure that down here it says Arduino Uno on whatever COM that you're going to be on. So you'll come up here and it will say Arduino Uno. So, okay, so kind of make sure that stuff. Go to upload. And it's going to compile. And any minute. Okay, now we're uploading. Alright, so it's done. Okay, so let's go back to the bin. And there we see it. our LED is blinking twice as fast because we manipulated the speed through the delay function. So that's going to be it for this lesson. If you guys want to see more of these, because I'm a very, very small unknown channel, so if you guys want to learn more, then subscribe, maybe comment, but that's going to be all, so good night.